Hey guys, welcome back for another video. Welcome back to the channel. Today I just want to share my journey in dropshipping. But before we get started, I do ask that you hit that subscribe button and notification bell. If you're new to my channel, my name is Latrice and I'm all about exploring ways to build wealth. And so today I want to share my journey in dropshipping. And so I recently left my job in pursuit of retirement, and I did so by creating 3 streams of income, or 3 side hustles that I would be able to continue to build, as well as have the opportunity to have time to pursue other interests. And so one of the side hustles I started was drop shipping. Now I'll share what worked, what didn't, and what lessons I learned along the way. So let's get into it. So last year I opened my Shopify store. I created my products and I was ready to go. And so from that I made $100. So unfortunately for me, drop shipping was a no. I then turned around and spent that $100 on ads. And I would have to say that none of my sales came from ads. They came from friends and family and word of mouth. And then in addition to that, once I used my free trial on Shopify, I incurred the monthly fee of $47 a month. And so I would say for the amount of time or the amount of money I spent on ads and I spent on my monthly fee to Shopify, I lost $400, a little over $400. And so looking back, my hesitation to close the store sooner was a mistake. I held on because I really believed in my products, but I realized that there are probably going to be better ways to bring my items to market. And so, yeah, I had to face facts and I closed my store. Now, one of my biggest challenges I feel I faced was the steep learning curve. Like, drop shipping is not as, for me, as black and white as I thought it was. Open your Shopify store, get your products, run a few ads, and yeah, everybody's gonna be running to your site. And no, that's not right. So from figuring out the right marketing strategy to managing the store's operations, it was just a lot, and it was becoming expensive, being that I was not making enough in sales. And so I feel that, while I did get sales, once again, on the strength of family and friends, I believe the cost of acquiring customers through ads was gonna be, a higher amount that I wanted to spend or that I expected. And so another hurdle was just knowing when to pivot. Like, I believed in my items. I stuck with those items. I probably should have pivoted to different items. I probably may have benefited from just trying 1 or 2 and opposed to 4 or 5. So it was just a lot of things. I think the hardest thing, once again, for me was just to admit that it wasn't working. And sometimes that is the hardest thing to do, is admit that you're not gonna, or things are not gonna be the way you think they're gonna be, that you're failing. And so not being able to recognize sooner, that it would have saved me time and money. I may have had an opportunity to start something else, but hey, it was a lesson learned. And so some of the biggest takeaways for me from drop shipping was understanding the numbers. So before diving into any business, it's crucial to understand your expenses and ensure, the profit margins make sense. And so I probably would have benefited from understanding that I was not going to probably make sales within the allotted time of being on Shopify for free, and maybe budgeting in how much I wanted to spend monthly. And then once I reached that, number, it would have probably been an easier, realization that, hey, you set this, you didn't hit it, it's time to give it up, pivot. Number 2, test and then pivot quickly. So once again, I probably should have had a strategy of doing 1 or 2 items, and then from there I would have been able to see it wasn't working. I could have pivoted to different items quicker, lesser items quicker, and then just the realization that it's better to cut my losses and then reassess and maybe, go back later, and then stay committed to your vision. So even though this attempt didn't work, once again, I do still believe in my products, and I'll explore other ways to bring them to market. And maybe I can find some, markets that I can take items and sell in person. Like some pop-ups at some of these different little markets that go on. Yeah, but I would say those 3 things. The first one, once again, understand the numbers. Number 2, test and pivot quickly. And number 3, stay committed to your vision. And then my final thoughts, I would just say, while drop shipping didn't turn out as I hoped, I did learn some valuable lessons. I'll carry them with me for future ventures. And, the road to success isn't, it's rarely a straight line. And so as we do things and we fail, we do learn lessons. And those lessons do help us to grow. If you are considering starting a dropshipping business, or you have any questions in regards to my experience in dropshipping, please leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. As always, I thank you for watching my videos, and I'll see you in the next one.